Welcome to Oracle Application Express, Apex Regions, Tabs. Tabs are a real nice way of organizing the information inside of your application. Many times, junior developers create applications where there's just too much information on a page. If an end user has to scroll around to find the information that they need on a regular basis, chances are they're not going to be too happy using your application. Tabs are a nice way of segmenting information inside of your application into logical groups. Since tabs can be used anywhere inside of your application, they fall under shared components. A shared component is a component that can be defined once and then used anywhere inside of the application. So under navigation, you see that we have tabs here. A tab set is nothing more than a group of tabs. I have the ability to look at my different tabs by clicking the Manage Tabs button here on the top right of the screen. For this particular application, I have one tab set that's been defined for me automatically called TS1, and for that tab set, I have two tabs. One is called Home, and one is called CAO. If I were to run my application, you can see here are the two tabs along the top of the screen. My Home tab brings me to this page. My CAO tab brings me to page 23. I can see that my Home tab has page number 2 as its primary page, and my CAO tab has page 23 as its primary page. If I wanted to add another tab along the top of the screen for this application and define a page that gets associated with it, I simply click on Add, give the tab a label, define what page will be the default for this tab. I'll pick Hire Date as my default page for this tab. I can list the sequence, which will determine where my tab shows up going left to right along the top of the screen. I can define images for the tab. I'm going to leave it blank for now. And I can define display conditions for whether users should be able to see the tab or not. Now I've created another tab called Example 1, and you can see the default page for this tab is page 33. If I run the application again, I now have 3 tabs along the top of the screen, and Example 1 should take me to page 33, which was my Hire Date page. Some of the tabs have multiple pages assigned to them. What does this mean? Well, you can see under Example 1, I simply have one page assigned to it. Under CAO, I also have one page assigned to it. But under my Home tab, I have 2 pages assigned to it, page 2 and page 3. If I run my application and I select either page 2 or page 3, the Home tab will be selected along the top of the screen. If I run page 23, CAO will be selected along the top of the screen, and if I run page 33, Example 1 will be selected along the top of the screen. This is nothing more than just an organizational way of giving a visual clue to your end users how the application is organized. Let's take a look at it right now. So you can see under my Home tab, 2 and 3 are both associated with this tab. If I run page 2, you can see how the Home tab is selected. If I run page 3, the Home tab is selected. But if I run page 4, it's not selected. Again, this is nothing more than giving your end users a visual clue as to how your application is organized. If I wanted to make page 4 associated with the Home tab, that's real easy to do. If I go back to my shared components, manage my tabs, I can edit my standard tabs, and under my Home tab, I can say I also want page 4 to be included under my Home tab. Now when I run my application, under page 4, you can see the Home tab is indeed selected, whereas page 6 is not selected. Let's say I want to make page 6 part of the Example 1 tab. I go back into Shared Components, manage my tabs, edit the standard tabs, and make page 6 part of Example 1. I run page 6 in my application, and you can see that it's now part of Example 1. So tabs are a real nice way of organizing the information inside of your application. It's tempting to put a ton of information on the screen. You don't want to overwhelm your end users by having too much information there at any one particular time. You can make it easy for them to navigate around the application by using the tab structure and by assigning the different pages to different tabs so your end users have a visual clue as to where they are inside of your application. Not every page needs to be associated with a tab, but it's certainly a nice, easy way for you to give visual clues to your end users so that they can use your application in an effective manner.